Greetings, everybody. Today we're going to show an example of how to host a service on render.com. So this is my GitHub where we left off, and as you can see, this is the origin where we're allowing communication between the client and the server is localhost 3000, very specific. And if you upload this file to render.com, the new web service, and get it from connected to your Git repository, just that specific one, and from there you connect the two. It will run through your package JSON. You tell it that the server.js is in the root by putting the /. I'm going to type in npm here. Fairly simple stuff. You don't want to do anything. This is just a test. I'm doing it for free. I'm not naming any variables. I'm just creating this web service. It's going to take a few seconds to build, so it's going through the package.json and doing everything I've specified. All the plugins and versions and all the scripting commands are going to be run, like npm install, so on and so forth. This is going to be something familiar with what you'd see when we were doing it locally. And we're just going to be doing it in a public setting here. I'm not going to have a domain bot or anything, but if you see in the top left, it says what the domain will be. It's node-change.maker or -maker.onrender.com. So that's where it's going to be located. And from here, you can see I'm taking that fetch and going ahead and sending that post out to that direction from my local host, which is 3000. So that being the case, this should work because it's looking for localhost 3000 to play around. It's the one that it will work with it. So let's see. My localhost can communicate with this third party, and it looks like it is. What do you know? We have a Node application, or what you call a Node service. It's a service that's being provided here. Now let's find out what happens if it's refused. So let's go over to a domain I have. As you can see up here, it does not say localhost 3000, it says a different domain. So let's see if it works, and it does not. Let's just give it another shot and refresh it, and we'll ask it. Do you want to communicate with this domain? Absolutely not. Okay, well, so what are our options here? How do we fix this? If you want to update this, you're going to have to go back to my the GitHub, where we have this option on the server.js, and you update it. Now, a lot of people use this if you just want to have it open for everybody. Like a lot of government sites that provide services for their community will be a wildcard like this, just an asterisk. And so it's kind of an open for the public. Anybody with any domain can use it. And so let's give it a shot. I'm going to go through, delete the old service. And just for fun, we'll start it through again. And we're going to go through the steps of building it. As you can see, this is what I want to connect it with. It already knew it, but whatever. Let's let it know again. This is the same steps. We're just going to rebuild this whole thing. And I'll be honest with you, this thing, when you make changes into GitHub, it will do this automatically. It takes a few minutes if you're going for the free one. But no reason to really build these if you don't want to every time. It will do this automatically. So we're just going to walk through it again. Okay, so it's deploying after the build was successful. Make sure this is finished. This takes some time every once in a while, and your app will just seem broken. So it's going to let you know with your service is live. And then from here, well, let's see if it works now. now that we've changed it to the wildcard. It seems to be working. So the wildcard is going to let anybody come in. As you can see, we get the success of 200. Okay, so the next one, let's get real specific. Now, as you can see on Stack Overflow, you have to be very specific. If you want to ever go look at what they've said, Stack Overflow is saying if you typed something like www, that might not work. You have to be specific about what you are requesting. So when you go down and see what it's refusing, make a copy of that when you're updating your origin here, and make it very specific to who is requesting. It'll tell you at the bottom when it says who's requesting this, and this is the refer, this is the origin, so on and so forth. Make a copy of that and then paste it in there so the syntax is exact. And then from there, now this domain specifically is working. Nobody else. As you can see here, I've written it specifically for allow access. So that's how we want to be specific. And this is how you get a web service to operate from anywhere. Now keep in mind, this mechanizedesthetics.net domain is living on a Linux server. It doesn't have Node installed. It doesn't matter. You can put these anywhere and access your Node service. Anywhere, any server you want to, anywhere. Or you could put it together like I've been doing in the past with Heroku. Now notice when I go here to the service and I try to dial in on that client, it doesn't get recognized. It's not prepared for that. It doesn't have what it takes to host that. I didn't ask it to do that. I asked it to run a service. So thanks for listening.